Welcome to Voices Beyond the Spectrum. Real stories, brave voices, radiant perspectives. This is the podcast for parents and caregivers of autistic and neurodivergent children and teens. I'm your host, and each week we hold space for honest conversations, shared struggles, and hard-won victories from those who truly live it. You're not alone, your story matters, and it starts here. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Voices Beyond the Spectrum Resource Hub Edition. My name is Karla Chinen, and I'm your host. Thank you for joining us in this space where we focus on sharing real resources, real stories, and real support for families navigating disability and special needs systems. In this episode, we're highlighting Family Resource Network, an organization that supports families across the lifespan by providing education, guidance, and a compassionate navigation through a complex system. I'm honored to be joined today by TeiYana Muse, a parent representative with Family Resource Network. TeiYana is a proud mother of Tyler and Sakura, who is diagnosed with Down syndrome. Her journey as a parent led her to Family Resource Network during a time when she needed support, guidance, and reassurance. And today, she gives back by helping other families find the same support she once received. The purpose of today's episode is to help families understand what Family Resource Network offers, how their programs support families at different stages, and how families can connect with these services when they need them the most. TeiYana, thank you very much for being here. To start us off, can you share a brief overview of Family Resource Network and the work that you do?
Okay, great. Thank you so much for having me. Well, Family Resource Network is a family-centered organization that helps people that are navigating the disability journey. I am a parent representative and a parent myself, so I know how these platforms can be. So basically, we just focus on helping parents educate and connect with other people that are going through this journey.
Thank you very much. And one of your programs many families encounter is Early Start. Can you explain what Early Start program is and who is who is it designed for to support and who qualifies for this Early Start service?
Okay, so Early Start is serves infants and toddlers from birth to age 3 who have developmental delays and who are at risk of different conditions. Children who qualify for Early Start, they have medical diagnosis, developmental delays. And so they're paired with professionals and they're paired with people who can help them navigate the Early Start system. We look at the different things that are needed for that child and the different supports that are needed for that child. And a plan is put together to help the family and to help the child navigate. So, for example, it can be supports as far as connecting them with other families for parent support, connecting them with resources to help them with Early Start in their homes, with therapies and different things like that. Just helping them to be able to become successful with working with their children.
Okay, thank you very much. And just for our listeners, so they understand, an IEFSP is an individualized family service plan,
Yes.
that is provided. It could be provided through Inland Regional Center, and it could be provided and put together to basically start incorporating some of the services for the families. So that's what Family Resource Network. Thank you so much for explaining that. And then as far as I know, there's another amazing program. It's called Family Empowerment Center, FEC. So can you share a little bit more about what that program entails in regards to special education and any school concerns that families might have with IEPs and navigating school systems?
Yes, yes. Okay, so the FEC supports children 3 to 22 years of age that's receiving special education services. And so what we do is we help um, parents understand and navigate the educational system, IEP system, assessments, school placements, and try to share with them and teach them to add their rights and the rights for their children.
Thank you. Thank you. And that is very important a lot of the times because a lot of our families that are entering um, that educational system with their children and don't understand what an individualized educational plan is or program, it really breaks down. And I've met this group of women that are truly inspirational from their journey, sharing their journey with their families that they help to actually really be having hands-on experience in these individual education plans and programs. So it's definitely an amazing program that I've seen it in action.
Yeah.
And I know some of them have the capability of attending IEPs, not necessarily as advocates because they're not advocates, but as a peer parent that will go there and guide them and show that support in that regard, so they don't feel alone and feel intimidated being in a room full of like 7, 8 staff members, school staff members, while the parents there by themselves, especially if it's their first time in those IEPs. So moving forward to a little bit of our just general age demographics, can you explain what community navigation program is and how it supports families?
Yes, the community navigation programs help family identify, access, and coordinate community-based resources that are out there. There's so many resources for families, and a lot of times families don't know about it. And so, as the community navigator program, we can share with parents if they voice their concerns or share with us their concerns. We're able to look at different options that they can have that can help and assist them. So, for example, I remember when I first had my child, it was very overwhelming, but being able to talk to someone and the different services that I have in place for my son now, who's 7, I learned all that just through the community navigation program. Because here at Family Resource Network, majority of us are parents who have kids with special needs. So we know firsthand what it looks like, what it feels like, and what the journey can be. And a lot of us have children of different ages. So some of us have kids that are in early intervention, some have children that are older, but we know the different platforms that can help parents be successful, and take away a lot of the pressure and the overwhelmingness that can come.
And what are some of the programs that you help like your team helps navigate?
Okay, we help with Inland Regional Center services, learning the different services that Inland Regional Center provides, respite services, showing them how to navigate that platform, social rec, SSI, life after high school, I mean, just SSI, IHSS, anything that can help families have community support and to have supports. We're able to get that information to them. And even if it's something as far as medical equipment, we can assist them with that as well. So anything that will help them in their home, in the community.
And improve their quality of
Eh,
life, basically. And yeah, the reason why I ask is because I want to make sure that they know how versatile your services are in
Yes.
regards to guiding families. Because when I found out of Family Resource Network, I was like, oh my goodness, you guys do all this? You know,
Yeah.
it's amazing to see how many doors are open for our families and how many more opportunities now our families have once they've unlocked, let's say, IH. It's like playing a video game. Let me unlock the next level. That's kind of how
Yes.
we are with our families and kind of helping them through the journey of finding out about different services. How does FRN build trust with families, especially those who may feel discouraged or unsure about asking for help?
Well, for one, when we get an intake, it's amazing because a lot of us, we specialize in different areas. Because, like I said, we are parents who have children with special needs. So we know how it feels, looks like, the overwhelmingness. So when we're assigned the case, and we share with families, hey, I'm a mom with a child with special needs. They're like, oh my gosh. It's like it's a breath of fresh air because they actually say, oh my God, someone understands, So because we have been there, because we understand the journey, it builds that trust. It lets them know I have someone who's here that I can talk to who understands me. So that's the beautiful part of FRN and the staff that's here. We're all very, very passionate about making a change in the community.
Definitely. And I think honestly, that kind of tagged along with the next question I was going to ask, which is what differentiates you guys from other organizations? And I think that's a huge one, to be able to have that community you not only can get guidance from, but,
Hmm.
what words of encouragement would you offer your families who may feel hesitant or overwhelmed about reaching out for help?
Don't be afraid to reach out. We are a family that it can be a lonely place sometimes, but get out, get active, get in the community,
Mhm.
You know, for example, there's so many programs out there where there's play dates and things of that nature. And you can take your kid, and if your kid stems or if your kid is loud, it's okay because we want our children to be comfortable and in a safe space. So there's so many things out there. Just get active, get involved. Don't be afraid. You know, take a step and do it. Just getting out and networking with other families, it makes you feel good because you're learning that you're not alone.
Exactly.
You're not alone. So get out there, get involved, get active. There's no judgment. It's all love. It's all love here.
That's amazing. And what a beautiful feeling and community to
Mhm.
have.
Yes.
Are there any up and coming programs, initiatives, or resources you'd like families to know about from Family Resource Network?
Yes, yes. I would love for you guys to check out our website. We have a ton of trainings that are coming up. We have IEP trainings for parents. We have sensory training for parents, feeding frenzy for parents. We have a calendar of events that go on in the Riverside and San Bernardino community that's emailed to parents free of charge, just to let them know the different things that are going on. You'll be surprised at what's going on out here in the community. We play baseball, we do gymnastics, we have dances, you know, so different organizations throughout the community, they're all coming together and we're sharing resources with each other. So just access our websites and check us out, you know, check
Thank
us out. And all our trainings, like I said, they're free of charge and they're very, very resourceful, very resourceful.
the IEP training coming up. There's Feeding Frenzy, which that is a training for families that are trying to have their kiddos try new foods. You know, some of our families have kiddos that are quote unquote picky eaters. So that training helps with that. There's also a sensory training that is done by an amazing occupational therapist, Annette
Yes,
from
she
Inland Regional
is.
Center. I've been to her trainings. She's amazing. And
Mm,
she really has a passion for helping families that are struggling with certain specific things. And she will, at the end, take questions and help you through the different little processes. So it definitely recommended. I've loved all the trainings I've attended through Family Resource Network. And I can't speak highlier about them, but I'll definitely add those in the link tree that I will put with the information of this podcast so you guys can register for those trainings. And then before we wrap up, TeiYana, what final message would you like to share with families listening today?
Okay, well, one more thing.
Yes.
I also wanted to let everyone know that we have a Spanish support group as well, and it's very resourceful for the Spanish speaking community. And so I would like for them to also check that out with some of the trainings that we have coming up. It's a lot of informational sessions that they provide. And to let parents know, get out there, get active, get involved. If you don't know something, if you don't understand anything, please reach out to FRN. If you know somebody who needs something, please reach out to FRN because we're here to encourage you guys, to support you guys, and to walk together with you guys. So
And
get
then
involved.
And for the Spanish support group, TeiYana was mentioning, you can listen to the Spanish podcast version of Family Resource Network where Becky does speak about it. It is an
Mhm.
amazing group. Miss
Yes,
Blanca that runs that support group, she does amazing in
she
bringing in
does.
resources in Spanish for our families that need that additional support and resources. So definitely sign up for that. That is also available. It's Angeles con Futuro. And it will be again in that link tree available to you as well as in the Spanish podcast version of this. But thank you so much for joining us and sharing both your professional role and your lived experience as a parent. And for our listeners, remember that you are not alone. Support exists, and reaching out is a powerful first step. Thank you for listening to Voices Beyond the Spectrum Resource Hub Edition. You can find this episode and more on your favorite podcast platforms. Be sure to follow us for future episodes focused on connection, education, and empowerment. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Because every story matters, every voice deserves to be heard, and together we build a more understanding world. Thank you for tuning in to Voices Beyond the Spectrum Resource Hub Edition. A special thank you to TeiYana Muse from Family Resource Network for joining us and sharing the incredible work being done to support families in our community. Music and piano by Brad Kaloof with additional piano by Karla Chinen. This podcast was brought to you by Empathy for Autism California, a nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting, educating, and empowering families of children with disabilities through community, resource, and cultural responsive care. You can listen to this episode and more by visiting our Linktree, where you can find access to all podcast platforms. We look forward to having you join us for our next episode. With empathy always, this is Voices Beyond the Spectrum.